Hey everyone, it's Neha, founder of College Shortcuts. Happy Friday. Oh my God, what a beautiful day. I'm down here in Houston, Texas, and the weather is incredible, which is really rare for us because most of the time it's like 110 degrees and it's really hot. So today's my Friday, and I wanted to kind of share something I was thinking about that I don't think everyone knows. So right now, as I speak, if you are a female student in high school, it is more competitive than ever for you to be applying to college. And I don't think a lot of people think about this because it wasn't like this a long time ago. But right now, as we look at college admissions, one of the things you should know is that if you do have a female student, it's definitely more competitive. And one of the reasons why is there's more female students applying to college and getting in than male students. And one of the other things I want you guys to think about too, which is really interesting, is I work with both male and female students. And I will say that in terms of writing and expressing ourselves, typically from what I've seen, female students have it a lot easier when it comes to writing their essays. That's a fun car. I'm doing a walkover right now. I'm doing a 2-for-1. I ran an errand this morning and I'm trying to get something else in for a little self-care for myself for 20 minutes while I'm handling that other errand. So I have to walk to it. Okay, so let's talk about it. The reason I say this is every time I work with a female student, and I was thinking about it this morning, they have an ability to express themselves a little more fully when it comes to some of the questions I ask from, just an emotional place. And sometimes when it comes to a male student, and you may notice this, if you have a son, you may notice this, they have a harder time expressing why it is they want to do it. They just want to go do it. Or, when I ask them to express like where their love for engineering came from, they're just like, well, I was in this class and I built a website and I thought it was really cool to build stuff. And, maybe as a kid I kind of liked Legos, but I've always liked to do things with my hands and I like to build things. See, biologically we are different and there's no ifs, ands, or buts around it. I'm not saying that there's not a lot of female students that love engineering. I'm not going to get into that topic with you guys here of like female versus male. What I'm trying to explain here is that a lot of times to be in the creative writing space for a male student, it can be pretty challenging. And a lot of times what I have to do is really kind of get them to be able to express what it is they're trying to say. And I don't know. Part of me feels like sometimes as a male student, the college admissions process is almost harder because you're having to write these long essays and dive deep and journal, and it doesn't come as naturally to them. And what most people don't realize is that I work with a lot of female students and I love it because I mentor them and they love knowing more about my life and how I've built my lifestyle and what I do. But a lot of the male students I work with, we uncover a lot of things that they may never talk about. This week I was talking to my mom about something from my childhood, from when I was a teenager, and it was so challenging. I was crying, and she was just like, I can't believe you're still thinking about this, or this has come up for you. And I'm like, well, it is coming up for me still, and I'm really glad I was able to turn to her. But I see so many teenagers where when we work on their essays and we talk about their challenging stories, like they don't even talk to their parents about 90% of the stuff that we talk about. And sometimes I ask them, I'm like, hey, have you told your mom how you feel about this? Or does she even know what's going on in your head? And they're like, no, I can't bother my mom with it, or etc. So I just want you to know, if you have a son and you feel disconnected, even if you have a daughter and you're feeling disconnected, because we all know there's a lot of hormones raging in a house with a teenager. I see it all the time. And I really feel for the moms, even though I was one of those teenagers for my mom. I just want you to know that sometimes the college process can be hard, and to have a little empathy for your child because they're trying to break something down that's pretty overwhelming in terms of all the pieces involved. But also, you're asking them to journal and write about things that they've never been really asked to do in high school. It's why most students hire and parents hire college consultants, is because we ask the questions they need to be asked, and we go deep with them on what it is they need to be focusing on for the college process. So I just wanted to, just say, hey, it's Friday, connect with you guys. It's been an incredible week. I've talked to some incredible parents this week. I can't even begin to tell you. And we've been locking in some incredible parents and families for consulting. So I'm really excited about it. And I'm just so excited because it just means this summer I get to work even more, which I know sounds kind of counterintuitive to most families because you take the break in the summer, but for me, summer is like where I'm at because all college counselors are off in the summer, and for me as a college consultant, I'm on like Donkey Kong basically, where I work with students, and some of them within 5 days we get everything done, and then with some of them we get them done in 2 to 3 weeks depending on how many schools and our strategy and what we're doing. But I'm really excited. I've got some incredible families that I'm working with, some awesome families, and so I just wanted to say hi and connect and just let you know, like, give your son a little slack in the process if they are in the midst of looking at essays, or think about some of those prompts even for yourself as a parent and see, like, how hard would it be for you to write an essay about failure, or about how you became an adult, or what that felt like, or how you found your purpose or passion, or what you're interested in doing, or how you want to leave an impact on the planet. These are hard questions, guys, and I want to bring a little reality to it. Let's not assume that this can be super easy and simple. It does require the work, just like anything else in life requires work. But I just wanted to reach out to you guys, say hi to my little group of awesome parents and kids out there around the world. It's a beautiful Friday, and I just wanted to share that with you, that just remember, we're all trying our best, and I am here to help no matter what you need, whether it's tutoring, whether it's mentoring, whether it's getting to work with your awesome kid and pulling out things you may not even know about them, or being a listening ear that that can help them heal something that they maybe have never talked about. I'll share one last story. I worked with a student last year actually who I had no idea. We'd been tutoring for a long time, and eventually we got to the college process, and I said, look, I want to know like your deepest, hardest story. And he was like, well, both my parents passed away to cancer. And I was like, wait, the mom that I talk to all the time and send like bitmojis and emoticons to, because we're very close, because I love to get close with my clients, they just become part of the family. I'm like, you're telling me that she's not your mom? She goes, no. He goes, no. And I was like, oh my God, wow, like what an incredible aunt to take this child in and literally treat it as their own when she already had like a few other children. It was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it, because I'm an aunt, and I think to myself, like, that would be a lot to take on my sister's kids, but she's just this incredible soul. So when I found out, and I'm sure she knew I had learned of it, I just sent her a message and I said, look, you're an incredible mother. I mean, really an incredible mother for taking this on. So he wrote this whole essay. He was in tears when he wrote it because it really expressed what he had felt and what he was going through. And I asked him, I was like, do any of your friends at school know? And he goes, no, they have no idea. So being able to speak to someone about it, being able to talk about it was huge for him. And all I have to say is, life's about sharing, life's about opening up, and the college process can be one of the biggest breakthroughs for your teenager. And I hope you let me be that person for them. Have an awesome Friday, have an awesome weekend. Get outside, connect, love your kids harder, and hug them. Bye.